Hey, it's Joe, and welcome back to Humanfluence. Let's talk about perspective. It's one of the most powerful tools we have, but it's also one of the hardest to master. Perspective changes everything. It's the lens through which we interpret our lives, our struggles, and our sense of self. Think about this. Strip it all down, the titles, the achievements, even the failures, the masks we wear, and what's left. At our core, we're no better than anyone else. Sure, some may be farther along on the spiritual path, like a student in graduate studies compared to someone still in kindergarten. But here's the thing. No one ever finishes the journey. Not in this life, not in any other. There's no finish line, no grand aha moments where we get a gold star and call it done. Growth is infinite. And yet so many of us live life like it's all or nothing. Like this life is the final exam that determines whether we go to heaven or hell. But think about how limiting that is. The universe is vast, layered, and interconnected. Do we really believe it all comes down to one lifetime, one judgment? It's almost laughable when you start to consider the depth of reality. Life is more nuanced than that. We get glimpses of it. Those moments where you feel something beyond this world. Maybe it's in a dream, a synchronicity, or a sudden unexplainable knowing. Those moments aren't random. They're cracks in the facade of this material world. Brief looks into the dimensions layered all around us. They remind us that there's more to existence than what we see and touch. But here's the catch. All our energy is grounded in this dense material plane. We're so rooted in the physical, money, status, possessions, that it's easy to forget the bigger picture. This isn't just a problem, it's a distraction. The material world is thick, heavy, and all-consuming, but it's not the whole story. It's just one layer, one dimension of many. And when we shift our focus, even slightly, the entire way we experience life can change. Imagine you're holding a jar filled with water and sand. When you shake it, everything's murky, chaotic. But let it sit, let it settle, and suddenly you see layers. The sand at the bottom, the water clear on top. Life is like that. Most of us live in the shaking, in the chaos, never realizing there's clarity just waiting to be seen. If we shift our focus, if we let it settle. Now think about this from a spiritual perspective. Some people are still learning to even see the jar. They're stuck in the chaos and don't know there's clarity to be found. Others have glimpsed the stillness, maybe even lived it, but they're still learning how to stay there. And then there are those rare individuals who seem to operate from that higher space consistently. But even they aren't done. No one is. The truth is we're all students. We're all in different grades, different lessons, but we're in the same school. And the journey isn't linear. You can't measure someone's progress based on how enlightened they are, or how much spiritual jargon they can recite. You can only measure your own growth against the person you were yesterday. As cliche as that is, it's so true. When you start to understand this, it becomes easier to let go of judgment of yourself and others. You stop comparing paths because you realize we're all climbing the same mountain, just from different sides. And you stop rushing, too, because you know the summit isn't the point. The point is the climb itself, the lessons you learn along the way. This perspective shift is life-changing. It helps you see that life isn't about achieving perfection or enlightenment. It's about experiencing, learning, and evolving. It's about recognizing the glimpses of other dimensions while still grounding yourself in this one. Because as heavy as this material world feels, it's part of the journey. It's a teacher. So next time you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or even superior to someone else, remember this. We're all part of something much bigger, much deeper than we can comprehend. The journey doesn't end, and that's the beauty of it. There's always more to learn, more to see, more to become. And in that realization, there's peace. So keep climbing, keep learning, and never stop shifting your perspective. That's where the magic happens. Humanfluence, out.